Welcome to Commander Pop Culture, a place to gather magical information with some laughs, might I add. Hello everyone, welcome. I'm going to be playing the Alligator Turtleman. Let's see who we're against here. I've been working on this list for quite some time. I was going to do a deck tech video on this, but the original iteration, I came to the conclusion that I could do something better, and then the Fallout spoilers piled on, and the spoilers for Outlaws of Thunder Junction came after, so I didn't have enough time to recreate the list and record a video for deck construction, so I'm just going to play it straight up at its latest iteration. My theory with this deck is I think it's better not to play this as a defender list. The reason why I think that is I want to take advantage of its activated ability. We're gonna mulligan because I don't have any lands. I want to attack with creatures, and then after people have declared blocks, I can activate him and get in with damage to get that draw trigger. Versus if I played a defender list and I didn't have any other way to enable defending creatures, like allow them to attack, I would have to telegraph the creatures I would be attacking with, and I don't like doing that. I'm purposely reducing the window that people could do stuff. This might be a tough game too, against a Questing Beast, Ojer, the red one, and Muldrotha. In terms of things I'll probably be focusing on, it's probably going to be the Muldrotha list. They always reach a critical mass where you can't do anything to them. Hopefully, by the time we deal with that, the Ojer player doesn't end up killing us, because that could be a lot of damage. There's at least two very scary individuals here. And the Questing Beast, it's nothing to scoff at either. It's an aggro list, because if you didn't know, there's a very important line of text on this, and that the combat damage can't be prevented. So no Glacial Chasm will save you with Questing Beasts in play. And I usually actually shoehorn Questing Beasts into my green decks that are aggro and strategy, just so I can counter decks that prevent damage. Must have a really hard decision on his hands, because he's been thinking about this card for 2 minutes now. The reason why I want creatures that grow themselves is I want to play them in the early game, so I'm not just sitting around doing nothing for most of the game. You also do damage on top of drawing a ton of cards. Oh, what happened? Huh, I don't know. There seems to be some discontent in the chat. I guess someone had to stop on his main phase, but the guy that's lecturing the middle player, he's the one that took 3 minutes to decide on sleight of hand, so I don't think you have a whole lot of room to be lecturing people about putting stops on main phases. I'm pretty excited to play Pick Your Poison. This is the first time I've actually drawn it. Cultivate's nice. Get to keep up some interaction too. I don't have anything to counter right now, so for the player on the right, I might have something worth countering, so you'll have access to 4 mana. Roiling Vortex, okay? Yeah, this could be a quick game. Oh, made someone quit. Well, I thought this was casual. That's all right. He was being very vocal in the chat. It's like, this guy's a weirdo. He does this every game. I don't know. I never played with him before. Probably an island. Got a lot of blue pips in my hand. Next turn, I get to start with Cherik's Plan. It'll reduce my commander to just 1 mana. I'll have 5 mana up. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet tempo play, actually. Cherik's into this. Yeah, I can't believe that guy left over Roiling Vortex. Pretty darn casual to me. If anything, it punishes unfair decks, or non-casual decks, because it deals damage to people for not spending mana on their stuff. This card will actually be quite handy come the release of Outlaws of Thunder Junction, since it seems to care a lot about casting stuff for nothing. That seems to be the theme of the Wild Wild West set, not paying for things. I guess Outlaws don't pay for things.
We take what we want!
Kind of fits the flavor. Oh my god. And Harsh Mentor? Well, that'll suck for me because I activate my commander a bunch. I gotta keep Ojer off the table because this can rack up real fast. Fortunately, I do have a reality shift, so I can go shields down and I don't need to use the counter spell. I've been drawing my lands quite nicely. It's like the dream setup, these two together. And I got a full grip of interaction too. The Pride of the Hull Clade does have defenders, so I do have to telegraph my intentions with him. But for my other stuff, no. Like with Cherik's does not have defender. I don't have mana, so I'll just yield. I do want to set a stop on my upkeep so I can shoot this out of the sky if he manages to get it down here. I'm trying to wait for Slick AM to play an artifact or enchantment as well, so I get maximum value off of Pick Your Poison, but out of fear of taking 4 damage every upkeep from Roiling Vortex, maybe that's not a good idea. Oh, he misses land drop. We're in good shape. Now I could use my counterspell on him instead. Psychic Corrosion's fun. I could draw a ton of cards. Maybe hit my Thought Vessels so I can not be forced to discard them. Maybe it's better to get my Psychic Corrosion down first and have up interaction. Yeah, unfortunately I can't do anything to affect this guy over here. Pick Your Poison's awesome for dealing with the One Ring in particular. Makes you sacrifice the thing. After I see a bunch of cards, hopefully next turn, I can find something to make my stuff more evasive. Like give them flying, trample, you know, the works, and then really affect people with this Psychic Corrosion. This card went up in price because of the Mothman. This is a budget list. You could play this for 120 bucks. This used to be like a $3 card, and then the Mothman made everything that mills incredibly expensive. At least doubled to triple the price of anything that has the word mill on it. Gotta take our lumps. It's a good lane for his deck. If he meets the requirement, I think it's 5 mountains, he starts shooting things for 3. Goes to 4 because of his commander. Unless he pumps up the power, then it gets pretty scary. I might just reality shift this. This feels very deja vu. I don't know. I forget it replaces his blocker. Also feels very deja vu-like. At least I'm not taking damage for activating my commander anymore. And I got a Ghost Quarter to answer the Valakut. Outstanding. This still feels really awkward. I only have enough mana to activate my stuff once, and he could still block me. I think another piece that'd fix my problem is if I got one of my mana doublers. Next turn I could activate Pride at least 2 times. Sure, eat your mana dork. I guess I'd rather have him hit this than hit me. I didn't know when he flips something, you're recasting it. That's pretty dope. Get to make my Ancient a little bit bigger. Counter that. Nah, because I like my life total nice and high. That's why I countered his commander. You know why. He's like, I'm testing this shit deck out. Call it stress testing. Slick AM is in agreement with me. He's like, not every spell's guaranteed the resolve. And he's like, not a realistic expectation, that's for sure. Ooh, I got a Boundless Realms. That'll help me with my mana problem pretty nicely. I need to get this a little bit bigger. I'm at least gonna get in for 14 and make a mill a lot. Pretty ready to draw. Oh, he's letting me draw 17? Okay, can activate this at instant speed. He's a bit of a ways away, so I'll use up my colorless mana. Milled him for 34 instead. You should have blocked this to deny me drawing 17 cards. Preventing combat damage this turn. Okay, I wonder if is it just him? Yeah, he could prevent damage we deal, but not himself. Pretty slick. What's weird is this only works for the player on the left, and he wouldn't have been able to prevent the damage over here, who I was hitting him with. And then I guess I forced the player on the right to surrender. So now it's just a one-on-one game. And I lost a pretty sweet draw trigger. But I mean, killing someone with a combat ain't a bad deal either. Yeah. Man, 2 toxic players in 1 game. You don't see that often.
Bitter dregs.
Apparently it's my fault. It's people like me who's ruining the game, I guess, for playing to my strengths and taking advantage of board states. Man, this guy likes to ramp a lot. He's played so many ram spells. Is this his 3rd one or his 2nd one? He gets to get a bunch of forests here. Oh God, Beacon of Creation. I'm gonna be pretty screwed here. He's gonna -1 Nissa and put +1/+1 counters on all of this. I could get 9 lands instead of just 7 here. Since he could effectively block me, I'm just gonna dump them all here, just so I can maximize my Boundless Realms. Hopefully I draw an evasion piece. Treasure Cruise is not the best. I think I need to see something to deal with this. I can't afford to go Boundless Realms here, unfortunately. Pongify ain't good enough, unfortunately. Man, if he's playing a bunch of fog effects in his deck too, the likelihood of me getting in to draw a bunch of cards is also not very likely. We already seen at least one of them, unless I made a mill another. Or Scaled Codal's pretty fun. Whenever you draw a card, put a counter on this. So if you get a fat attack off, make this thing incredibly big. I don't think it matters though. I'm gonna get killed here very shortly. Let's go to blocks. Probably Pongify the Questing Beast. Wow, it's another prevent all combat damage we dealt to this turn. Oh my God, he's gonna gain so much life. Oh my God, that's so sick. So, the Questing Beast makes it so his damage can't be prevented, and he plays spells that prevents damage. This is hilarious. My Pongify gets a lot better. Let's see if he has like something to prevent me blowing this up. He's about to prevent all the damage and then do nothing to me now. Nice, he didn't have the interaction. So he gets a bunch of life here, but at least I'm not dead. Pretty slick deck he's playing. I like his list a lot. Yeah, we'll just keep on moving the counters over to my Pride, get all the lands out of my deck. It almost seems futile because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die next turn unless I draw some kind of board wipe or I manage to draw enough cards to mill him out on his draw step. I'd have to draw 33 cards though. My Pride of the Whole Clade is incredibly close. It's at 26. Didn't get it. Damn. I need to see cards, so that's what we're doing. He can block 2 of these. 2 of them if he wants to get hit by 17. Yeah, he has to block that. Blocking here. Got another fog effect? Yeah. Oh, it's constant miss too. I probably can't beat that. That's probably the worst thing he could have possibly had in his hand because now he just indefinitely stuffs me out and I die eventually. Song of the Dryad. Hit my commander. It's okay. Just one less blocker. Pretty sure this is lethal. I'll let it hit me. No big deal. It's a good game. I got to see a very interesting deck list. Caused 2 people to rage quit. Well, I didn't make the first guy rage quit. He rage quit over basically nothing. I'm complimenting the other guy for his list because it's probably one of the best creative decks I've ever played against. Let's look at the list. I think going Defender is a bit of a trap. Doing something like this is a little bit better. I was operating on a budget. It is a mana-hungry deck, so that's where the Regal Behemoth, the Warniclex, and the Zendikar Resurgence comes into play. You are playing 28 creatures. You should get some decent cantripping off of that. There are some other stuff in the list I'm taking advantage of, like Gulta. Your stuff's getting bigger on its own. It also has a lot of toughness. And it's threatening on the board. You could kill people multiple ways with this deck. You can mill them to death, draw a win with Labman, or you could just deal an incredible amount of damage. The guy on the right denied me a lot of cards. I might have been able to get to something to get evasion and hit them, but it just didn't happen. And people surrendering at instant speed, I don't like it, but I have to get used to it. Yeah. But if you all had a great time, take care now. Bye.